our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. Who do you think said that? Someone who believes that through the power of dreams, hard work, and a little bit of pixie dust, anything is possible. Mr. Walter Elias Disney, or as we know and call him, Walt. I hope to inform you of just some of what makes up Walt's life, so you'll be able to understand his dedication to the dreams he had, and hopefully find inspiration to achieve your own. I am honored to be a cast member at the Magic Kingdom of Walt Disney World, the last place Walt dreamt up and yet never saw to completion. I live and work in the magic that Walt created. We are his storytellers. We strive every day to be a little bit better and to be what he envisioned cast members to be. I'm going to inform you of three main areas of Walt's life that I find important to his storytelling: Walt's family, his drive to never give up, and his dream for the future. First, I'd like to tell you about Walt's childhood and his family. According to the book Inside the Dream, The Personal Story of Walt Disney, Catherine and Richard Green give an impressively detailed timeline of Walt's life. Baby Walt.
Aww.
Walter Elias Disney was born on December 5th, 1901 in Chicago. He grew up in Marceline, a picturesque American town in Missouri. Walter's father, Elias Disney, and his mother, Flora, are married on January 1st in 88. Elias was a hard-working man, and his mother took wonderful care of her children. She's actually believed to be where Walt got his humor from. Walt has three older brothers, Herbert, Roy, and Ray. He has a younger sister named Ruth. Walt met his wife, Lillian, when she was hired to be an inker and painter by Roy for their animation company. They were married in 1925 and lived in a house right next to Roy. Walt gave Lily a puppy named Sunny for Christmas, which doesn't seem important unless you've seen Lady and the Tramp, and you will remember the iconic scene where Jim gives his wife a puppy in a hat box with a bow on it, and this is exactly what happened in this sweet moment of Walt and Lily's marriage. Walt and Lily suffered 2 miscarriages before having their daughter Diane in 1933, and they adopted their daughter Sharon in 1937 after Lily had her 3rd miscarriage. Walt's family greatly influenced the way that he would become and accomplish things as an adult. Now I'd like to tell you about his drive to never give up and what he was able to accomplish because of that drive. Walt was an extremely hard worker, just like his dad. He believed that if you can dream it, you can do it, and he had a very long road ahead of him. He attempted to send his cartoons to multiple publishers, but was rejected numerous times. Either they were downsizing or they just didn't have the space. Walt worked for a man named Charles Mintz, where he came up with the beloved character Oswald. Oswald was extremely popular and had a series of cartoons that were a huge success. Mintz stole Oswald from Walt, along with all of his artists at the time, and Walt was devastated. On the train ride home from New York, after learning about the loss of Oswald, Lily and Walt sat there trying to decide where Walt would go next. They dreamed up a character that would be a personification of Walt himself and only his. According to the book Walt Before Mickey, Sussman acknowledges that Walt wanted to name the mouse Mortimer, and Lily reacted violently to it, explaining that Mortimer was a horrible name for a mouse. Needless to say, it was Lily who came up with the forever famous mouse, Mickey. Walt continued to make several movies after Mickey: Snow White, Pinocchio, Fantasia, and Bambi. They all led to everything that we know now as Walt Disney Pictures. The success of the movies and an outing with his daughters led to a great idea that changed everything. As Walt watched Sharon and Diane go round and round on a carousel, he wanted to come up with a place where families could go and enjoy time just them in a safe and learning environment. This dream became Disneyland. Disneyland opened its gates in 1955 in Anaheim, California. He offered 5 themed lands with 18 attractions: Peter Pan, Jungle Cruise, and Autotopia. Disneyland Dreamer is quoted as saying, Walt on opening day, "To all that come to this happy place, welcome. Disneyland is your land." And this dream had then become a reality. Now you see the passion that Walt had for everything he did. From Disneyland in California, we traveled to the other side of the country and land in Florida. This was his secret project, the Florida Project. It was so secret that when anyone traveled to Florida for any business, they would take commuting flights that went through other cities so that they were not tracked. Had Walt come out and said, "This is my new project, the prices of land would have skyrocketed. So he did everything under secret code names and secret business names. Walt died on December 15th, 1966, 5 years before Disney would ever open. It was Roy's turn for a dedication speech, and who did he have next to him? Mickey Mouse. Walt was always the voice for Mickey, and Mickey has now and will forever be the voice of Walt. In summary, Walt's family molded him into the person that he became and the dreamer he was. He believed anything was possible with a little bit of hard work, and Walt's dreams helped fuel the dreams of others, including myself. The next time you find yourself standing in Magic Kingdom on Main Street, USA, you can smell baked cookies and popcorn, you see joy on children's faces, you listen to that old-time music, and you're looking up at the beautiful castle surrounded by all that is Walt Disney World and the empire that it is. I hope you hear Walt's voice in his most famous of quotes. I hope we never lose sight of one thing. It was all started by a mouse. You didn't pan the onions? I panned the onions. Okay, good.